You get to the end of the month, look at your bank account, and ask yourself the exact same question. Where did it all go? Your salary is actually fine. You make a decent living, but somehow the cash vanishes before you can build any actual traction. The math is brutal, but it reveals an important truth. The barrier keeping you from building wealth is rarely the size of your paycheck. The real issue is the systematic misallocation of your cash flow month after month. We are going to map exactly where that money goes. This is the financial leakage audit. Instead of giving you a generic list of tips to skip your morning coffee, this framework will diagnose exactly how your wealth is draining away through one of 3 specific paths. The first route is immediate lifestyle spend. This is the instantaneous redirection of your cash flow away from your bank account and into depreciating consumer goods and high-interest debt. The second route is static savings. This is when you hold your cash in accounts where it sits entirely paralyzed, earning virtually nothing and remaining completely unprotected from external economic forces. The third route is wealth building. This is the deliberate, strategic routing of your money into actual appreciating assets and financial safety nets. Escaping the middle-class loop of living paycheck to paycheck starts with total honesty. You have to identify exactly which of these first 2 paths is currently leaking your wealth. Let's look at this chart mapping financial risk against personal discipline. Down here in the high-risk, low-discipline zone is Profile 1, the lifestyle trap. This is the habit of prioritizing shopping the minute your salary hits, spending heavily to mimic the appearance of wealth. Notice this debt timeline. Credit cards provide frictionless spending, but the math is ruthless. When you start paying only the minimum balance, the interest compounds aggressively against you, stretching a single month's purchase into years of debt obligations. Then there is the EMI habit. Taking out loans for phones, bikes, and vacations means you are actively paying interest on assets that are simultaneously plummeting in value. You are paying a premium to lose money. The immediate outcome of this behavior is obvious. You get instant gratification and the outward social validation of looking highly successful to your peers. But the trade-off is severe. You are permanently renting your lifestyle from a bank. By locking up your future income and debt payments today, you eliminate any free cash flow required to make actual investments. The lifestyle trap forces a high-income earner to remain entirely broke. You trade long-term financial autonomy for short-term social status. Now we look at the opposite end of the spectrum. Over here in the extreme risk, moderate discipline quadrant is Profile 2, the exposure trap. These are individuals who save a portion of their income but leave themselves entirely unprotected from reality. This line graph shows the life cycle of unprotected savings. Experts advise holding 3 to 6 months of living expenses in cash. When you carry 0 cash reserves, a single emergency, a job loss, or an unexpected repair instantly zeroes out your balance. The same logic applies to skipping health and term insurance. Avoiding those monthly premiums feels like a win until a medical event occurs. You are leaving your entire net worth financially exposed to ruin. This fragility is compounded by relying on a single source of income. If that one paycheck stops and you haven't developed additional skills or revenue streams, the pressure becomes suffocating immediately. In the short term, this profile enjoys slightly higher monthly disposable income. They don't pay insurance premiums and they don't lock cash away in safety nets. But the exposure trap is an acceptance of catastrophic risk. One medical event or a sudden layoff will wipe out years of disciplined saving in an afternoon and force you straight into high-interest debt just to survive. Finally, we arrive at the top left quadrant, high discipline but guaranteed wealth erosion. This is Profile 3, the stagnation trap. These individuals are terrified of debt, so they paralyze their wealth by hoarding it. Their primary habit is storing every dollar they earn exclusively in a standard bank savings account. The motivation is a deep fear of market volatility and losing what they've worked for. Here is a bar chart comparing static savings to the cost of living. This is inflation erosion. Every year that your parked cash sits in a low-yield account, the cost of goods goes up. That means your money actively loses its purchasing power year over year. Often, these individuals delay investing, telling themselves they will start once their salary increases. By waiting, they forfeit the mathematical advantage of time and compound interest. This comes down to financial education. Many will spend hours scrolling social media, yet refuse to spend 30 minutes a month learning basic personal finance to protect their own labor. By seeking absolute security and avoiding basic financial education, this profile guarantees wealth erosion. They ensure they will have to work significantly longer before they can afford to retire. The reality of wealth is highly counterintuitive. Looking rich is loud, expensive, and stressful. Actual financial strength is silent, boring, and highly resilient. To migrate out, we apply the autonomy audit. Plug leaks, build a moat, plant trees. Lifestyle trap, step 1, save first, stop EMIs. Exposure trap, step 2, secure insurance and a cash buffer. Stagnation trap, step 3, open a basic index fund. For all three profiles, time is the ultimate leverage. Delaying these corrections compounds the mathematical damage to your future self. Escaping the middle-class financial trap requires a definitive choice. You have to trade the fleeting comfort of today for the permanent financial autonomy of tomorrow. Let me know below, which of these three traps are you auditing in your own life? If you want more frameworks for personal finance and money management, hit subscribe. And remember, this video is for educational purposes. Always do your own research or consult an advisor before making major financial decisions.